When we want to create a new document, we press the Edit Documents button. Make sure you have the rights to edit documents. Otherwise, you won't see the Edit Documents button. After pressing the Edit Documents button, we enter Edit mode. You can tell because all categories will have light blue borders, and each category will show an Add Document button at the top left. If you don't have a category yet, you can add one by pressing the Add Category button. When we press the Add Document button, we are presented with different document types. The universal document most closely resembles a Word document. You will be given a blank sheet where you can add all kinds of content. Once complete, a universal document might look like this. Another option is a process document, which is useful for describing workflows in your company. For example, you might create a process for production planning. Each task can include the role responsible, the role that needs to be informed, and the role acting as a helper. For example, task: review incoming customer orders and forecast demand. Helper: product manager responsible, production manager. QMR: additional comments or instructions can be added to tasks. When editing a process document, you describe the task, assign responsibility, specify who must be informed, add helper roles, and then include comments or instructions. One of the more important types is the import document. Let's say you already have a document on your computer or in your SharePoint system. You can import that document by pressing the Add Document button in the bottom left. Here, you can either choose to upload a document from your SharePoint site or upload a document from your computer. For example, we already had a supplier list that we wanted to import. I imported an Excel sheet, and when you import a document, it will look like this, at least if it's an Excel file. Other document types or file formats may look different. You can download the file, or you can open it in full size in a new tab, which will look like this. When creating any new document, whether universal, process, or another type, you must add details such as title and icon location, which category it belongs to, and whether it is a parent or child document. Reading required. If selected, you can assign required readers and track whether they have read the document. For example, if I assign Casper as a required reader, he will receive an email notification. Once he marks the document as read, his status will be updated accordingly. I can also set a deadline by which readers must confirm they have read the document. You can add ISO references by pressing the Add ISO Reference button. Selecting the main section, subsection, and even detailed subsections. You don't have to go all the way down. You can reference only the level you need. References can also be removed if necessary. The input field describes what goes into the process to achieve the desired output. For example, the output could be a successful workday without complications, and the input could be preparation for the day. Other fields include author, the person who wrote the document; process owner, the person responsible for the process, e.g. product manager; approver, the person who must approve the document. If we choose ourselves, for example, Albert, King of the World, you can approve and publish immediately. Valid from: the date the document becomes valid defaults to today. Re-evaluation: the date when the document should be reviewed for continued relevance. Reviewers: people who review the draft and leave comments. You can update the document based on their feedback. Followers: people who are notified whenever a new version of the document is published. The document type determines its layout. A universal document is a blank sheet for free-form content. A process document is structured for task assignments and workflows. When finished, you can either send the document for review, request approval, or approve and publish it directly. Once published, everyone with access can read the new document. This was a short introduction to document creation.